Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of a Dairyman's Diary. My name is Frank, as always, and we got some news for you. We've bought the farm. We have officially, well, almost officially bought the farm there. We have agreed on the price there, and the funds are being transferred over as we speak, really, which is going to take another week or so, apparently. And then we've signed on the dotted line, and we own a brand new farm there, which is, well, very exciting, really. I'm delighted that we've found a perfect location. It is the third and final farm that we went to see there, so it's not either of the two that you've seen now us going already. And so what we will do is, well, I took my drone with me, so we are going to give you a few aerial shots there moving forward, just to kind of show you the area that we've moved into around that fence there. But today I'm going to load up this trailer. We're going to take this back up to the main yard there. We're starting to get things ready to roll. There is a few bits of equipment down here I need to come collect still, small bits and pieces. But we've got to think about having just kind of got our harvest in and got all of our bales under the roof there. We need to bring them all back up, and we need to get them ready to roll. So we'll stick a load onto this trailer. This is going to be moving first, just so we have some over there. So when we actually get the cattle over to the new place, we'll be in a position where we can actually feed them, because that's going to be important. So we've got a lot to think about in that respect. We've slowly started to sell off equipment, as you guys would have seen in the last video there. We start to get rid of things bit by bit. But today we've just been, we finally got a few more taken away to an auction house, and all we need to do now is really just get this lot all taken care of. What we're going to do is just take these two. There are a lot of bales that we need to move. The biggest challenge that we're going to have really is shifting bales over. Machinery wise, it's going to be a bit of a pain, but we'll do it. You know, we'll get it done. But bales are going to be the where it's all happening. What we need to do is get that loaded up a little bit better. There we go. And so yeah, we need to just make sure we can get this all loaded on. I haven't quite figured out, well, we need to take everything because we're moving over the time where there's no grass left to lift, so we have to really just take what we can get, and then the rest we'll figure out for like kind of next spring there. So everything that we've built up so far, of which there are a lot of bales around both this lower yard and the top yard, they all need to be moved. They really do. Chickens have all been sold off, they're gone, and some of the equipment around chickens have gone as well, which was quite sad, but they're off to a new home. And then yeah, we're just going to kind of continue to try and move everything over as and well we can. There is a low load at the yard now. It was dropped off just the other night, which has the 7810 and the Class Torian on. They're going to go away first. As soon as we get the green light to go, they're going to be off. And the reason being is that we want to have something at the other end to be able to load and unload equipment with, which is going to be quite important. As we'll just stick those onto there. They're not very square enough to get around the other side and give us this push on, I think. But we'll get this all done. Yeah, as you can see, just in this shed alone, there's quite a few bales. There's probably twice as much hay up at the top yard as well. Don't even get me started on how much silage we've got to shift. That's going to be a pain, but it's kind of the world that we're in, unfortunately. Right now, these things have happened, so we can't really control that. We've just got to get on with it and try and make the adjustments where we can. So that's what we're going to do. We're keeping the Mighty House and one of the John Deeres with the loaders on here until the very end. I'll probably end up driving this across, I think, because it's a little bit faster. But yeah, we're going to keep a whole load of bits and pieces like that, and everything else will get shifted over as and when we can. So yeah, it's all going to be very interesting indeed. But we'll show you what that looks like. The cattle, we're going to keep as much food as we and fodder here for them as we need to, so we can keep them all fed up. Milking has stopped now for until we get them all over there and get everything set up. We need to obviously get ourselves all over to the new place there and get set up to see what that's going to look like, and see what the possibility is for the dairy production, getting dairy contracts sorted out and all of that good stuff. So we will see. But yeah, that's all part of the logistics, really. The land here, the land is all but sold. We have another 30 days to clear everything off this site down here before the bulldozers come in. And then same applies for the top yard as well. It's actually another 40 days from today for the top yard. So we're able to work in a little bit of a time variance there just to give us a little bit of a chance. But yeah, ultimately it does mean that we're just going to be very, very busy all of a sudden. So we'll see how that goes. But all I'm going to do now is continue to clear things out and we'll see how we get on there. A lot of you have been very interested into where we're going. It's been great to see. And yeah, you'll hopefully bear with us in just a few minutes and you'll be able to see. We're going to give you a bit of an insight, a bit of a rundown to what that all looks like. And yeah, it's going to be our new farm. It's going to be very exciting. Move that one on a bit further. But what we're going to do for right now is get this all loaded up anyway, and we'll be back with you in a moment where we'll get back on the road and show you what's new up at the main yard. Alright folks, we're all but done. What we're going to do is just take this away. We're just going to reverse around here. Like I said, there's a few small little bits and pieces around here, but we'll get this all shifted as and when we can. I got to come back down with a trailer and just pick up a few buckets, and there's a grab down here as well for the Torian. But yeah, it's little bits and pieces that we're getting to really, as we just slowly begin to get everything taken care of here. Being a bit tight. Ooh, let's try that again. One keeps forgetting how narrow this gateway can be at times. Move over there. Alright then. That should about do it. There we go. Better. Alright. So I hope you're all doing very well anyway. Do let us know down below what you get up to as always there. What you're working on at this time of year. Hopefully the weather's holding out for you if you're trying to get your drilling done. We need to... The weather for us is actually staying very well. Very calm at the moment, which is great. Happily, because we need to get these cattle moved over and put... Well, hopefully they can get some time outside on the grass, but it might be that they go straight inside if the weather's not very good. But we'll see about that. We have got the shed space to do that, and we'll have to wait and see really. But yeah, that's another kind of issue to consider as we get closer to the time. But yeah, we've just got a lot of logistics to consider and to concern ourselves with right now. How many trips it's going to take? The land itself is about an hour drive by car. So you can imagine that's going to be about 2.5 hours in a tractor, which is not ideal. So we can't do too many runs by tractor trailer. So we are having to use a low loader for a lot of it. Slow grind up the hill here, but we'll get there. Now, like I said, yeah, we are looking in I've got a good connection with a haulier who lives locally here, so he's going to start to run trips, and he's also been able to kind of leave the low loader at my yard, which we're kind of filling up and strategically planning how it's all going to work, and see what we're going to do. There's a few bits of equipment that won't be making its way over because we are looking to replace them anyway, so we'll see how that looks. Like I say, the main issue that we want to try and get ahead of now is just getting everything moved across there really. Get ourselves set up before the winter really kicks in, so that when we do have to face the elements, we're already kind of covered and ready to roll. So that's my main priority. Cattle wise, that should be a lot of trips over. We've got about 400 head of cattle here to move. Now, spoiler alert, not all going to one farm. We have bought 2 different farms which kind of back onto each other. So that's going to be very interesting indeed. So now I do have some of the particulars for the farm and the land at home there. So we're going to go into the office once we get back to the yard there and have a bit of a look through everything. Kind of give you a rundown of what we've got and what that looks like. So that should be coming very shortly. But like I say, we'll get back up to the yard first. Slowly cruising up through the old village here, get back up to the yard. We'll have a look at, well, the kind of strategy of how we're going to move all that equipment across, and then we're going to have a look at what we've bought, so we'll see you back at the yard. Alright then, so let's see, it's a bit tight, see if we can get ourselves into here though. Easy does that. As you'll see in front of us right now, there is the, my friend's low loader there. He is going to be coming in, we're just going to swing up to here for now though. And we'll get this one unloaded after we've had a little bit of a review and also got some dinner. I think it's time for a bit of lunch. We'll stop you there. So, like I say there, this friend of mine who has a haulage business is very kindly offered to assist, obviously, with be paying for services. But what's great is that he's able to drop off the low loader here and leave it with us. We can get some equipment on there, and then he takes it away. I can trust him to go and park it all up there. I'm just waiting for the word go so we can actually park everything and once the farm is actually ours, we can park some equipment there. Until then, I don't really want to go ahead and do that. But yeah, it's a big enough low loader so we can get 2 vehicles on there at one go. So we're going to start by taking over the John Deere 7710 and the Class Torian. So we have something at each end that we can load and unload equipment with. But yeah, that's going to be our main mode. As you can see, things are kind of being left and pulled up into the yard and parked up here. So once we've cleaned things down a bit, they're ready to go. The drills, or the maze drill and the mows, they've been cleaned and they're ready to roll. So what we're going to be looking to do probably is getting a bit of grassland set over there soon. I think that'll be the next one, where we'll look to add in. There's a couple of balers that need to go. There's things like the rake needs to go and the tethers and all of that good stuff as well. So we're going to try and get things over there as quickly as we can, really. And it's going to take a lot of trips, but that's all we can really do at the moment. As you can see, though, still plenty of equipment left to roll. Bales are just everywhere. Bales and bales and bales. There's going to be several trips of hay bales alone, let alone silage and straw. If you recall, there's a shed down by some of our arable fields, kind of just over that direction there. Dutch barn there, full of straw. So that's going to be a lot to take. So yeah, it's going to take some time, but we've just got to get it done, really. I'll probably take these remaining 2 tractors, the 66 and the 68. We'll probably just take a trailer load of straw down with them when they go, and the rest of them we'll kind of just hit it in our own time. But yeah, that's kind of what we're thinking of right about there. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to head back on over to the farmhouse. Let's go and we're going to sit at the office and we'll see what else we can get done here. Really, just show you what we have and show you what that looks like. So going to be quite exciting to see, and very excited to show you our new yard, really. Unfortunately, I think the farmhouse is going to stay. I think they're not going to change that, but this old forestry land here is going to get flattened. The buildings, like we mentioned there, they're going to get destroyed, and something new is going to be built there, which is a crying shame, really. Oh, Mrs. left the door open, look at that. But yeah, I'm going to just go up to the office here, which is in here. And let's take a sit down here, and let's show you what we've got coming up. All right, folks. So here we go. I think the first thing that I should say is that we are moving to an area about an hour away by car called Chellington Valley, and specifically, there are 2 farms that we're moving to. The first farm is the farm that we're going to have a look at right here. And I have my drone, which is about to start winging its way through. So we're moving to a farm. This is going to be Autumn Wood Farm here. It is... In total, we are downgrading in that acreage. That was all we could do, really, to be honest there. We're moving to about 450 acres in total. Now, we are going to try and find a little bit more grassland where we can, but this is going to be one of our main farmyard, really. This comes with a house as well. And as you can see, there is a dairy yard here, but we're also going to be really increasing our output for beef cattle. And there's an opportunity there for us to have a few sheep as well there, but a mixture of some old stone buildings here and a few newer barns as well there on this particular farm, which is, the new barns are about 5-6 years old. The older buildings there can be dated back to, I think some of them are about 50 years old there. So there's a little bit of a mixture, very similar to Meadow Grove actually, in terms of the land that we're going to be we're using as well. Grass quality is pretty good, although we are going to be running our own tests on the ground quality when we get into there properly. But yeah, a mixture of arable fields. Of the 450 acres we have there, about 150 will be arable. Now, what we do need to do with that in mind is really increase our grass quantity. For the quantity of cattle that we have there, we really need to get some more grassland. So that's what we're going to be looking into doing there, which is going to be a tricky one, but it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And the second farm that we are looking at, or that is going to be ours in a matter of days, really, is Old Oak Farm. This is about a mile a mile south, really, of Autumnwood. Again, this was a small cattle farm. Does have a little bit of a infrastructure for sheep. My one concern is that it's next to a river there, but what that does mean is the land around about has been very nutritious from previous floods where the silt has kind of landed onto the riverbanks. So the land itself is good, very good quality. There not too many buildings there, but a nice cattle shed, so we can have a few more beef cattle up this way. Silage pit as well in stock there, so and plenty more storage opportunity for fodder for the cattle as well. Now this one is, like I say, has a few more fields. The split is about 300. Well, no, it's not quite 300 acres to 100. I think it's about 170 acres to about 280 across the two. We're going to try and find there's a few more opportunities nearby for some tenancy agreements for some grassland. We will try and build on that. I'd ideally like to get up to about 600 acres, give or take, and we're willing to look into that one through any means necessary. But right now it is predominantly just going to be wherever we can get it from. So that is our two new farms there. Like I say, we have a few prospectuses that we're going to kind of put on the screen here for you as well, so you can see that one. But ultimately, that's what we're looking at. We're going to be moving. It's going to be a big old move, but it's going to be well worth it, I think. And we just need to get everything in place now. Like I say, we should hopefully receive confirmation that the transfer of the deeds has taken place there within the next week to 10 days, and after that it is ours, and we're going to move on and trying to get ourselves established. So exciting times here for us at soon to be Autumnwood and Old Oak Farm. And so there you have it. That is our new farm. It's going to be quite something. Can't wait to get ourselves all moved over there. It's going to be a long journey to get everything established and transitioned, but I hope you're going to join us for the ride. Until next time, though, I have been Frank, your humble host here on A Dairyman's Diary. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you haven't yet to do so, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. Simulation for the nation who kindly agrees to host everything, and we'll see you all in the next one. Catch you later.